Well, I want to say, first off, I appreciate anybody and everybody that's watching this video. Take your time. You could be doing something else, but you have taken the time to click on this video and watch it. And I pray that what I'm about to say to you guys hit home somewhere for somebody. Um, Today is October 18th. I'm officially 40 years old today, and y'all just don't know how blessed I feel to be 40. Um, my channel is called the SBS, which stands for Sophisticated Black Strong. Um, I feel like I embody sophistication. I am a black man, and I'm very strong. Um, some of the videos that you've probably seen, if you've um, subscribed to my channel or have watched my videos that I've recorded, um, you see me taking a stand on um, a lot of times, and the reason why is because of me being sophisticated, black, and strong. Um, I think that's something that's rare um, in black men nowadays is to justifiably stand up in times where um, situations or conflicts may occur, and most of the time, some people that stand up don't have just cause to rebut against the conflict because they are the ones that are in the wrong. But anytime that I've recorded a video, it's because of me standing up for myself and standing up because of wrongdoing, a wrong perception that has attempted to be created. Um, and I feel a lot of it has to do because of me being a black man. I will say it's very hard to be in this chocolate skin that I'm in because of the perception that has already been created of black men. Um, but when you speak with intelligence in situations, that seems to become the definition of the conflict. I've been There's been attempts to label me as being aggressive or being I guess in some lack of better terms insubordinate. Um, when the idea of me being an adult is not being taken into consideration, and I feel as if I'm being handled like someone that's in high school and is rebelling against authority. Um, my intent has never been to rebel against authority, but to stand and speak my truth in a situation that I find myself in, um, against what is being perceived. There's never given they tend not to give space to black men to stand and be able to assert their truth in situations because of the perception that has already been created and the precedent that has been um, built because of being a black man. Um, but I can't adjust to that, and my level of integrity and my lack of fear to speak um, in regards to a conflict will never cease to exist, because once you start to adjust to wrongdoing um, and not speak up, that's when they're able to basically win. Um, there's a saying: if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And one thing I'm gonna make sure of is if I do stand, that I don't find myself wrong. Now, that's the thing that I have had to come to terms with as an adult black male. If I'm wrong, I must be um I must have enough integrity to look at myself and say, you know what, you're wrong, and apologize where necessary, and try to um find peace in the situation, whether it be with law enforcement or in the corporate world. But a lot of times, those that are on the other side, that are perceiving you as a problem, never look at themselves as being a problem. They never look at the limitations that they have to communicate, because of them having this idea that they don't have to, they don't have to talk to me. They don't have to um, deal with me. But it's not an idea of dealing with me. It's an idea of understanding that, hey, you know, there's a time that we both may be able to learn from this situation, because in life there's conflict. There's conflict all over the world right now. And a lot of times we don't take the time to communicate with each other, um, in opposition. It's almost as if everyone wants to find themselves to be right. And sometimes, just because you're in authority don't mean that you're right. And when you limit the ability to communicate, it's going to to me it's going to intensify conflict, because somebody got to be wrong and somebody got to be right in the situation, or both parties have allowed emotion to get involved to the point of where they stop considering each other, not only in the situation, in the conflict, but as human beings. I find myself in those type of situations a lot, because they literally, in times that, especially in some of the videos that you see on my channel, those that I am in conflict with never allow communication to have its place, because they are in the position that they're in. They don't they have others that will back them, because of the position that they're in. I don't think that's right. And I thank God that I'm mature enough to discern this. I might not be able to change their perception, but one thing that I've realized as a black man is, if you stand in your position, and you feel as if you're right, that in that particular conflict, it might not come about to where they are deemed to be wrong in the conflict because of their position, but over time they will have to like at some point consider it, whether it be in that particular situation or as time progresses. When they get by themselves, they'll start to I guess evaluate in when they get with themselves, because I even do it myself. When I find myself wrong, or in a conflict, after I separate myself from the conflict, I start to evaluate myself. Fabian, what could you have done better in that situation to minimize conflict? And after that, if I find myself in another conflict, I always learn from what I've gone through prior to another conflict. But in the climate that we're living in, authority tend not to consider those that they oppose, because they're the ones in authority, and they already have that in their mind that, well, I don't have to consider you. And I feel like that's wrong. That's the climate that we're living in nowadays. So my point in making this video is, I wanted to encourage those that watch this video, whether you be in authority, whatever part of the world that you're in, to always consider both sides. Don't just deem a person wrong and not consider what is being said, just because of the position that you hold. Law enforcement has that very bad nowadays as well. You may be the one that's holding the gun. You may have the law behind you. But at the end of the day, you're still dealing with human beings. And all situations don't always have to escalate to the point of where you enforce your position just because you are in authority. People have feelings. People have beliefs. And I feel like those things need to be considered regardless of your position. Even, I mean, I feel like that will, de-escalate a lot of situations if, people are allowed to be considered. We don't consider each other enough. And I thank God that, I've had an opportunity to sit back and look at this, and put things into perspective when it comes to conflict. I've turned 40 years old, and my maturity level has gone to a place where I'm able to really, really think about my actions, but at the same time, I have to consider the actions of those that may be in opposition with me or with others as well. It's a lot going on, y'all, and I won't make this video very much longer. But I just wanted to put that on you guys' mind. We need to start considering each other more than just um don't always take like an opportunity of just don't ever take stop taking opposition and turning it into a conflict. Why not turn it into a learning lesson? Because we all can learn from each other, and penalty don't always have to um be applied. We don't always have to apply penalty to others. Playing judge, jury, and execution all the time. Sometimes we ought to just stop and say, you know what, maybe you are right. Even though I'm in authority, let me see. Maybe I need to learn from this. Maybe I could do better and have a better, you know, approach to conflict. You don't stop, you know, considering others just because you become an authority. Police officers can learn from that idea. Us as individuals can learn from that, idea. And I feel like moving forward, as humans, conflict, can cease to exist, where a penalty or someone has to suffer loss, if we just start to learn to consider each other. Um, that's my whole point. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Anyone that watches this, I have to be honest with you. I really hope that you guys would do me due diligence to subscribe to my channel, Sophisticated Black Strong. Um, I have a lot of messages that I want to get across because of my evaluation of conflict. I want to promote conflict resolution, not only in black people and black men, but just humans, period. But we have a very big issue right now, in the black community and with black people, black men as well, of the perception that has been created and the approach that the way that we are approached in conflict. We got to stop penalty. Those that are in authority must at some point take out the idea of penalty before you allow means of conflict resolution. Taking your emotions out of it and evaluating the situation and saying, you know what, maybe this could be, maybe we're just having a conflict of interest right now, but neither party has to suffer some form of penalty. And I just hope and pray that that it comes across that way. But I'm 40 years old today, y'all. I thank God because a lot of times I've been in conflict. I could have lost my life. I found myself in conflict a lot. I believe it got to do a lot with my chocolate skin. I really do. And I hope and pray moving forward that I can play a part in planting a seed in those people's mind to learn how to deal with conflict better, to consider others other than just your side of the story. So God bless anyone that watches this video. If you would do me the favor, if you don't do it for no other reason, do it because it's my birthday today. Subscribe to my channel. Hopefully I don't have to continue to have videos that's showing me in conflict, but it exists and I will have to tell my truth. I don't mind recording these situations, and I don't mind even being deemed as wrong, because I still can learn myself. So if you watch these videos, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe, and give me your opinions on what you may hear from me. But I would love to have you guys' attention as one of your subscribed parties on YouTube. So God bless you. I'm trying to get it to 1,000 subscribers because I have a lot that I want to say and a lot that I want to um, put into terms. And this is a very good way to communicate through YouTube. I thank God for um, this platform, and I'm going to use it as the best way I know how, and that's just to tell the truth and um, you know, leave it to those that watch it to, you know, discern what it is they take from it. So God bless you guys. Happy birthday to me. And hopefully I can, you know, get my subscribers up so I can get more messages out to you guys. So y'all have a blessed day, and thank you for watching this video.